take your time to complete. I ain't wanna rock star. I can't be the one for you, but you let me wait here. I'm impatient, but I take it. I know you know that I won't be far. Let me fix your scars. Just one call. Oh my God, girl, I'd be down if you were there. Barely can hide away inside. You want that, baby? I can read your mind. So let me to give it a try. You want that, baby? I'm destined for life. You want me to stare into your eyes while I'm putting my two hands on your thighs. So let me to have you at a night. You want that, baby? I'm destined for life. You cannot tell me that you're innocent while all your clothes are falling off right now. Oh girl, your body tastes of cinnamon. Now you want me to turn you upside down. Baby, I finally know what it really feels like. Wow, tell me you want it just as much as me, baby. I won't be far. Let me fix your scars. Just one call. Oh my God, girl, I'd be down if you were there. Daddy can hide away inside. You want that, baby? I can read your mind. So let me to give it a try. You want that, baby? I'm destined for life. You want me to stare into your eyes while I'm putting my two hands on your thighs. So let me to have you at a night. You want that, baby? I'm destined for life. I'm down. If you're
She stole a smile and my heart responded. She's everything I never knew I wanted. And money won't buy her happiness. Yeah, she's my kind of glamorous. Natural beauty, what it's all about. Tell something to me, can't figure it out. I never thought that I would find someone that I can't resist. This might be as close to heaven as I will ever get. I see perfection and a heart of gold. Always got my attention, beautiful soul. Beautiful soul, heart of gold. Beautiful soul, always got my beautiful soul. I feel the magic when we touch. Yeah, still get that first time feeling rush. She's laid back and catch you up. A real homebody, it's wonderful. I never thought that I would find someone that I can't resist. This might be as close to heaven as I will ever get. I see perfection and a heart of gold. Always got my attention, beautiful soul. Beautiful soul, heart of gold. Beautiful soul, always got my beautiful soul, heart of can't resist. This might be as close to heaven as I will ever get. I see perfection and a heart of gold. Always got my attention. Beautiful soul.
There's a beauty in the way you're worn, and the sharpness of your thorns, so vibrant in the imperfections. In the pain there's something real, all that anger so concealed. Still you're lost in how to feel, just let me hold that severed heart. The pieces feel so cold.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to the very final game of Stage 1 of Phantom League Season 5. Swiss is almost at an end, but before we do close it all out, we've got one more best of 3 to get through here. It's going to be Blind Owls Manguste versus MG Minions here. One of these teams will be going to playoffs. One of these teams is going to be eliminated. My name's Travi, and I'm going to be joined by the lovely, lovely good sir Concons.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, it is a pleasure to be here with you, Connor. We're hopefully treated up for a banging game. Now, I'm sure you've been sitting watching what me and Dara have been doing over the last couple of weeks with these over here in Phantom League. We've had some really close games. We've had some really, really exciting games. We had a game 2-3 weeks ago that smashed my record for the longest game I've ever casted. And then we did the exact same thing just back on Friday night. Friday? Yeah, Friday night. So
Yeah, it was Friday.
it was Friday, so it was one of those games where we've just had really long games. I don't know if we're going to quite break the record again, because that level of absurdity we had the other day between Obscura and Core 3, I don't see that very, very hand, we're reaching that one again, but hopefully we're going to have a good game here, right?
Hopefully so. How long is each match?
Well, that is it. It's first to 7, obviously going through as always. Unlimited overtime, as always, is the key for Phantom League. Always got that unlimited overtime on the board. And that makes things go as long as the distance goes. It can be incredibly exciting. And same as me and Dara worked out the other week, we could be here all evening. Last night I think we closed out the stream at about 1 a.m. on Monday. 1 a.m. the following morning, half past midnight, 1 a.m. or so. Ridiculously late.
Would
Whether
have
we
been
go
nice to
that
have known
distance,
that then, I could have just made some food ready just in case.
Exactly. That's it. It's such a long game, but I don't know if we're going to quite get that today. We'll have to see, of course. I think Minions, we were having a little chat about this before the game, weren't we? I think it's a bit of a surprise to see them going this far along in the bracket. From what I've seen from them in other leagues before ESA Cup, for example, I'd expect them to qualify a little bit earlier on. And for Blind Owls Manguste, not watched them, but they've made it to this point. They've got to be good. 2 really great teams. And as you say, Connor, it's do or die. It's that pressure is on you now. And that's going to affect the way you play a little bit, right?
Especially because, what is it? They both have 2 wins and they have 2 losses.
2
So it's
losses.
either make or break for either of the teams today.
Yeah, that's it. Loser goes home, winner stays on and progresses into the next stage of the competition. So it's incredibly cutthroat, it's incredibly tense, and the teams are going to be feeling the pressure. We saw it really get to Core 3 and Obscura the other night, especially as the games went on. We got towards that map 3. Unfortunately, we don't have the map veto quite ready for you yet, so we're not going to actually be too sure of where we go into. And just as I say that, I've refreshed the page. We've got the first 2 maps. Don't have the graphic for it, so you're just going to have to bear with me for 2 seconds. We have Clubhouse, and then following up by Consulate.
Ooh. 2 very popular maps, especially Clubhouse.
And I think Club's a really good point to start the series, right? It's that default map, that very foundational levels. It's a good assessment point of where these 2 teams are. And if you ask me, out of all the maps, it's probably most likely to go to overtime.
Probably that. And with it being the default, you can build a nice rapport of how the rest of the game, the matches are going to go.
Yeah, that's it. And then we move to Consulate, that little bit of a defender paradise, that little bit of a rat spot one. It is Geroing on teams, it's getting there, and it's hopefully going to be a bit of a banger. Of course, we don't have map 3 quite ready on through yet, so we'll let you know on that one when we actually get in towards the game, though. For now, we've got a lovely little bit of lobby prep to do, so as I know you all love it, it's your favourite part of the evening. I'm going to throw you back to Travi FM. We will be back live with Game 1 in 10-15 minutes or so don't go anywhere because it's hopefully going to be a banger.
But hate will always grow. There's a beauty in the way you lay, and the way your color fades. You stand out now with your imperfections. Oh, it was never meant to fall apart. It was not supposed to cause us harm. But these days, all I do is wonder, is about another way to start again. 'Cause in the pain there's something real. Oh, that anger's so concealed. Still you're lost in how to feel. Just let me hold. Oh, that's severed heart. But hate will always grow. How could I know it would be goodbye, my love? When did the close of forever come, my love? All I recall was a stare that was vacant and cold. Where did the spark go, the warmth that once stole my soul? I've seen relics of kingdoms past and crowns of ancient kings. I've heard stories of distant lands, realms I long to reach. Your voice, it beckons me to go to worlds unexplored, to leave behind my home and wander. It beckons me to go to worlds unexplored, to leave behind my home and wander. I should've cut you off. I knew something was wrong. I shouldn't have to call you back, 'cause now you're mad and you think I dropped the ball. That's a bridge I haven't crossed. Not my fault, that's your pissed off. You shouldn't have to treat me like this, treat me like this. How I'm all alone once again. I just wanna talk, and you don't wanna listen, baby. I don't get it all. She don't love me, she loves drugs and alcohol. She said that's how I'm involved, everything that happened. Oh no, I don't wanna talk about it. Used to wanna talk to you, but lately I've been doubting. Shawty went outside, grabbed a bottle and she downed it. I thought I lost my sense of pride, but recently I found it. Once again, now I'm back on the cycle. Walk inside the function thinking maybe I just might go. Me and your friends, really not that tight, ho. It's all good now, they all had to cut you off. I knew something was wrong. I shouldn't have to call you back, 'cause now you're mad and you think I dropped the ball. That's a bridge I haven't crossed. Not my fault, that's your pissed off. You shouldn't have to treat me like this, treat me like this. How I'm all alone once again.
haters been calling, my enemies stalling, my people been balling, my team we been wildin'. Canada 100, we use basic tools. Strategies moving where we gotta move. There wasn't no option, no time on the clock, and no setting it back, and we gotta get profit. I'm standing on top of the glory, the road. We was just rebels, ain't do what was told. When they asked me how we leveled up, without us getting stuck, we just muscled up. This game spin, no one gotta tighten up, gotta muscle up, or you will get stuck in this game. Falling, I'm balling on top of that mountain. I'm on and I'm calling my mama to tell her I'm good. I'm surrounded by family like back in the hood. I was falling from grace, I was misunderstood. And the pressure will sit you right down, but I stood up. I mean what I say and I say what I mean. On the balcony screaming, they just let me be. We had to slow it down. What goes around comes around. Oh, the frequency different now. I was going through different rounds. Hey, it's crazy, the progress is hitting now. Ain't no sitting and lost and found. I found what I lost in a minute now. I was on the wrong path, I admit it now. My only option was to get it now.
I got it on both and I learned from the losses. My failure was friendship, I saw it was costing. Started like everyone had certain tools. Only difference is I knew what to do. Now everyone calling when progress is stalling. My stock is missing, my life it ain't boring. Ain't no more hitting me up when you lose. When it's time to wake up, see you hitting the snooze.
When they ask me how we leveled up, without us getting stuck, we just muscled up. This game spin, no one gotta tighten up, gotta muscle up, or you will get stuck in this game.
taking a little moment, but we're just about here now, getting ready to go into this game here. Blind Owls Manguste versus MG Minions. Best of 3. One team goes to playoffs. One team will be eliminated from the competition. Who's it going to be? Well, that's the question that lies upon us. We've got best of 3, so 3 maps possibly to be getting through tonight. It's going to have to be a banger of a series to decide these two. We're going to Clubhouse first, Connor, and this is a map of defaults, isn't it?
Oh yes, it is. It's simple. The CCTV is obviously one of the greatest sites to play, especially on this map. So I think it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, it is going to be a banger of a game, and the good news is we don't have too much longer to wait until we get right into it. Good luck, have fun raining in the team chat, and as we start Clubhouse, no better place to start the series, of course, it's always the way. But before we get into the game, as are the rules, as is the tripulations, operator ban phase.
Ooh, I wonder who.
The decisions. I mean, what would you ban is the question, Connor. What would you ban? You're sitting here on Clubhouse, who are you getting rid of?
Oh, Thermite. Immediately.
Thermite.
I feel like it'd be a safer thing to do. Or Maverick, actually. That's a very good thing to go for.
I mean, there's a lot of strong breaches for a Maverick on this map, right? You know, you've got Jacuzzi, you've got outside CC, so many great spots. And, you know, he's a very powerful operator.
Indeed. Say if you're like the defenders are bandit tricking or anything, you can just break down the bottom of that, and you know it's way riskier to try and do something like that.
Exactly.
Ace would be that would make some sense too.
Ace, Maverick,
really
so the
making
double
sure those
hard
walls aren't
breach.
getting breached.
Yeah, and it's a fairly standard set of Clubhouse bans. I don't see anything too crazy out of the ordinary here in terms of what we're seeing from the bans. Lineups looking fairly default, all things considered, on what's available to us. And as you said, that CC spot is going to be our starting location for this one, up here on the top floor of Clubhouse. Let's see what these two teams have to offer each other.
So who do we have here? We've got Castle, Bandit, Melusi, Azami, and Koyo. We're going to have Bandit obviously stopping those walls, making sure everything is okay there. Castle is just amazing to stop certain doors from being broken down. It's a nice little combination of people, really.
Yeah, it's a well-rounded lineup being brought here from Minions, as we sort of said. It's nothing too unusual to be seen. Obviously, one thing I think immediately for me it's going to be lacking is any form of sort of utility denial. Obviously, you're going to very likely have David up here on the Azami, as you can see, start to place down these keeper barricades up on towards rafters here. And where you might see sometimes a Jaeger or a Wamai being bought, that's not going to be the case here for this Minions lineup. So a possible utility dump that could flood in from Blind Owls could be costly, but they're not bringing too much thrown utility. But what they are going to be bringing is a very early on bit of pressure in towards Garage here. Already getting the barricade open, and Minions, they're going to be faced up with Montaigne.
Not only that, but Grim is breaching the garage door as well, adding more pressure within
Oh,
that.
that was early. Where was that from?
What are you looking at?
Was it? He got a... Oh, bloody hell! Joe Pab, look at that angle. Jake just completely demolished out of that. And you can see Aaron left outside in lounge, trying to hold on, does a little bit of damage out back the other way, but being droned out. The game is up at this point. Is this a gunfight worth taking? I'm not entirely sure.
They're still going to watch it.
Yeah. They're going to keep testing it. I mean, this is the one thing with these players. A lot of the time, they do like to take these gunfights, never shy away from a challenge, and that rings true all across the attack right now. Pressure just being mounted from Blind Owls across most of the map, really. Just knocking on doors, trying to burn out utility. Vulcan canister down, and speaking of down, eventually, Joe Pap will be punished from that long angle there. Aaron going to win that one.
I know someone else is taking their position, trying to fight the same location. Are they going to meet the same fate?
That's the question. I mean, Aaron's got to start to feel the pressure right now. You've got players in the bottom of Garage and Crypto storming up through in towards the objective itself here. Blind Owl's got a good little amount of map control right now, and all of that action down below seems like it's a little bit of ruse. Alexander going to be moving right in towards the objective, takes Crypto right out of it. So 3 versus 3. Scoreboard is evened at the moment, but this Montaigne, Emel, Doko, pushing up on towards the objective here. Going to be feeding so much information through right now. It's really up to Blind Owls to be able to capitalize upon it, though.
One of them is moving over to the open breach, see if they can get anything from that side. But all they really need to do is just get through, it looks like.
Yeah.
They're all hiding in the other side, watching the doorway.
Oh, good shot. And that was off the that was off the yellow ping of the Montaigne right there. The power that this operator has, and most importantly as well, is that's the operator with the C4 taken off the board here. And I like the play right now from Blind Owls. Look at this. You've got pressure coming in from the objective, pressure from outside the breach, and when they're ready for it, Oxygen going to be putting some pressure from below, but no, instead going to go for the rotate up towards Rafters, and that means Cleason's been dropped 2 versus 2 right now. Evens on the man count, but only 20 seconds. This attack needs to get a move on because with the Grim
Something needs
down
to
here, it's
happen
going to
now.
be difficult situation. 2 versus
now
2.
just up to the Monty.
On Oxygen. Yeah, 1v2. It's going to be a very difficult one to somehow get this away here.
10 seconds. Got.
And he's pinned, he's cornered. I don't think there's a way out of this one. And Minions, they're going to hold on. Closed out there by Shire. And a good start hold there for the side of Minions. There's a little bit dicey at points. I've got to give it to Blind Owls. They did do a good job on that push. They had players circling around, but for me, I think the faux pas in that attack there was deciding to relocate that Brava from underneath from Red Stairs all the way around to Garage. It took time. It isolated a 1 versus 1. And Minions, as we know from them, they take those opportunities and they take them. And as we saw it, Connor, they win them.
Yes, with that rotate as well taking so much time, it wasted more time that could have been used to execute, could have done with a better idea. So I think quicker than what they did.
Yeah, so round number 2. Next objective going to be lined up, of course, Bedroom Gym. Yet again, I don't think we're going to see anything out of the ordinary. I mean, we say it every time, but it's Clubhouse. Seeing things out of the ordinary on Clubhouse is very rare. Pipe going to be, I believe that was mistakenly because of a drone, going to be popped quite early on. And I mean, these pipes, how do you feel about these ones, Connor?
I don't know, really. Oh, it's broken one of the Fenris, I believe, as well.
Oh,
So it's just utility wasted immediately. See, it's so nifty because I mean, it's there. It's a random explosive that leaves some fire about. It's convenient, but it needs to be timed well, or else it's just a waste, really. But also, there's also the chance that the enemy team could also use it. So breaking it off early, not giving them the opportunity, also has some benefits to it.
yeah, that's going to be it. It's that time wasting, and you say, but it has to be the perfect moment. And I'm no expert on this game, but I don't think the perfect moment is in the prep phase, to be honest with you. So,
especially when it's wasting your own utility in that match.
Yeah, that's it. They favour defenders 9 times out of 10. So popping it early, maybe not. You know, as we say, it was a mistake. It was popped in the first place. Obviously not intentional from Minions, and we'll see whether they're going to suffer from it. But I think the biggest blow from that one, as you said, will be the loss of that Fenrir in mine there, especially one close to the objective door on construction like that. It's a very high value spot, and having it lost early on could be costly.
Oh yes.
I'm loving the aggression from Joe Pap right now. Just swinging everything with his Ash R4C. It brings me right the way back to these older games, these older, more simpler times. And, catches a glimpse of a player.
Horrifying angle as well. If someone can watch CC as well, I think Joe Pap might have a perfect spot just to harass anybody that comes near him.
Yeah. It's just pressure right now, and it's much needed pressure really for Blind Owls, because as you can see, Minions, they've still got players out extended towards East Stairs. They've got player in cash. The site players aren't looking all too pressure, and while the walls are open from the side of Blind Owls, I've got to ask, we're all standing on roofs, and it feels like we're about to see a 3-2-1 go the way they're eyeing up that Logi hatch. Here we go. Here comes the bloodbath. Cleason drops down Jake there, 5 versus 4 situation. But where's the rest of the team for Blind Owls? Because currently, Allison gets one. Aaron finds another. They're all isolated, and they're all losing their ones at the moment on the side of Blind Owls. Auction thrown up inside Logi. Crypto going in for an aggressive swing. Does find Shire. Makes things 3 versus 3. But David keeps the lead going for Minions, but not for long. Crypto fighting back. And that's site control.
Yeah, that's it.
They could force Gym. Yeah, they could very easily force a Gym plant right now. You said.
Oh, and with the Ash still on the window and everything, this would be a perfect time for a plant as it's going down right now.
That's it. But no, denied by David. Here goes David Speckham. We know he's such a great player, and he's just proven why. Takes the head clean off of Crypto there. The cover is not there, and 20 seconds left to go. Joe Pap left scrambling, sprinting through cash, sprinting into construction. Has to open up Logi, but going to be droned out by the camera, blocked off by the Azami Kiba barricade. 9 seconds
All we have to do is wait, and...
No way he wins the gunfight. Ooh. Somehow, some way win the gunfight. And Blind Owls will get themselves on the board there around a piece. That was a dangerous game there. That one should have gone the way of the minions, really. Like, all things considered, the Diffuser was cold in the objective. There was no means of recovery of that one for... There was no means that Joe Pap could have got the Diffuser and stuck down. All you needed to do there as David in that situation was hide. All you needed to do was just wait patiently. And you would have had that. But no. Take the gunfight and lose it. Costly mistake. Round 3 now. Gonna give this one yet another go up here towards the top floor. See exactly what minions can offer. As we said, it was a tight defense, wasn't it? So the realistic expectation is they should be able to carry this one through in the second, but the loss of that previous round, it is gonna sting.
Oh yeah. What have they done different this time? Who have they chosen?
Not looking at the lineup here, it doesn't look too different.
No, it doesn't. There's still a bandit. I remember there being Ephemera
Yeah.
as well, also played by Specken. There's
I
another
mean-
Frost.
As we said, it was a good lineup from minions before, and it worked for them, right? That should have been their round. It was just a minor mistake at the end 1v1 there.
They were also so spread out as well, and they sort of got cleaned one by one.
Oh, Joe Pap gets a player through the
Fenrir
window,
especially.
all the way. Someone died around. You know, we should just watch Joe Pap at this point. Joe Pap's getting all the kills. 4 and 1 so far. I mean, why not? Involved in, I believe, 2 of the 3 entries so far now with that one. Massive, massive entry player here and doing numbers for the Blind Owls as, you know, the attack, they've got that opener that they need. A C4's been burnt, so they can just continue to do what they did before. Oh, challenge comes out to the window from Shy. I can't quite hit the shots, but it's not going to stop him from wanting to go away. But does need to be careful. There's going to be Claymores outside of the window, so can't make the run out just as of yet.
There's Claymores on the outside, there's going to be Flores on the inside. So many explosions happening. But it seems like the bandit wants to try and stop the Ash from getting that. Ooh.
Ooh. Joe Pap yet
Never
again.
mind.
Swinging. And that's the thing, the players, why are they not even looking? How does Allison flick onto that? Hold on, what?
Oh my.
J-Pap goes down. 4 versus 3, a much-needed lifeline in this round here for minions as the Frost gets herself tucked into the back corner of Logi behind the desk, praying onto the player on the hatch, and that's going to be Oxygen taken off the board, and it's 3 versus 3. A suddenly much more winnable situation here for the minions.
They want to win this site, and they're going to make sure that's the case.
They really want to win this objective, don't they? And right now, they're looking on the way to do so. 3 versus 3 situation still. Allison holding on to Logi, burning so much time here, doing a great job of it. Oxygen's going to be the one to go down. Jake takes down Crypto as well. And look at this, the players of Blind Owls, they're boxed in. Cleason has nowhere really to go right now. Players left, right, and center and drops. And it's all up to Emma here in the 1 versus 3. And David with a quick 2-piece closes out the round. And minions, they're going to take their lead back, hold on to it, get their second round as we go into the next ban phase. We're actually just going to pause. First and foremost, as you said, player disconnected. We're just going to wait for them to rejoin in onto this one here before we make our next operator ban. I mean, speaking of the half, you know, who would you get rid of at this point? I know who I've got in mind, at least for Blind Owls, who they might want to be getting rid of here.
I don't know. I feel like after those certain games, it seems like the people who've been helping out the most has been either the Ash as well as having the Thermite to break those walls open on the other sides to allow for like a double push to come in from both sides, like a pincer maneuver of some sort. So maybe one of those two. But as for the other team, I don't know really.
Yeah, as for Blind Owls, I would be getting rid of the Azami right now. David is using that utility really reactively, and I think that's the key reason for all of that success he's found with it. Being able to get rid of those, place those keeper barricades speedily, to be able to cross doorways, to be able to make those entryways, get rid of the Azami, take her off the board. As for the attacking ban, well, we opt to get rid of the Montaigne. Take the shield off the board, and that's a lot of utility. I mean, we saw how much information, especially at round number 1, Blind Owls got from that. It's a fair ban, I think.
Yes, because obviously within that first match, we saw the Montaigne just push into site and give so much more information about. And so of course, they would want to push that off.
Yeah, that's it. And get rid of him. I suppose it opens up some more possibilities here. It's a game of information and a game of, I think, maneuverability that both these bands are really targeting here. The flexibility of these teams. Try and box it in. Try and play that more default style. So far, at least, Minions, they're playing pretty well. I'm pretty impressed with what I'm seeing from them so far. A couple of small mistakes have slipped across the board, namely round number 2. I do think we should be sitting at a 3-0 scoreline right now, but that's not to take away from ours, right? I mean, we've seen players like Joe Pap. Look at that, 5 and 2, 3 rounds in. Incredibly impressive stat line.
Not only that, but on the other side as well, we have Allison and Speckham, to be honest. Also helping out a lot, especially Speckham when he was playing as Army. Oh, that was horrifying to play against.
Yeah, it's the thing with that Azami, right? You sometimes just cannot pin her down. You just can't stop her. And what scares me is what I'm looking at in the bottom right now. David's just gone from one operator who is aggressive and scary to another one, the Doc. He's such a self-sufficient fragger. MP5 ACOG, a menace on that weapon, on that operator. I've seen him do it before, and I'm expecting a bit of a masterclass here in the rounds to come.
We'll find out soon enough, won't we? Ooh, I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to these next few matches. Or next few
Yeah.
rounds, sorry.
That's it. It's all going to be, I think, tails to be decided. I think Blind, as I say, they have been on the back foot a little bit so far. I'd like to see them play some catch up. Obviously, you've seen the objectives once now, right? So you can take what you've learnt and then apply it into the following rounds. That's the thing. You've seen how, you've not seen basement yet, but you've seen bedroom twice. You've seen CC once. Use those learnings, change how you want to play these rounds out, and then progress it on through, see how we can, use that information, use those learnings to bring you up that lead a little bit more, bring these rounds a little bit tighter, and possibly for Blind Owls come out with this one because, it is Clubhouse. 3-3, I think, is the expectation here.
We'll find out soon enough. I'm so curious how to see it because, I mean, we've seen the Minions. They've finally taken both the top sides. Oh, yeah. And they can go back to CC as well. Oh, that's amazing.
CC's unlocked, full site rotation. They can get back there and do bedroom again. Basement, I think, will be the big question mark. That really decides how this half goes. Hibana is in play, so those hatches for the attack are going to be very easy to get open.
Maybe they want to avoid basement as much as they can in that case.
I think that may be a big part of it. Yeah, that could be a very well part of it. They know Hibana's got that, so as the defense basement's become that tertiary just because Hibana's available and she's one of those operators that can single-handedly do a lot on that site. With the Maverick and the Ace taken off, it's still a lot of utility available for the attack there, and it could make holding it on the basement, as you say, quite hard. So we'll see, of course.
I mean, it depends on what else they have on their team as well, Yeah. Maybe they might have, because Kate's still in effect as well, maybe a good idea to keep those hatches electrified, maybe having
he's off.
someone to watch that as well.
I think Kate's totally off the board. I mean, you've got the tuber out to stall it, but you...
Oh, they don't have a Kate. Never mind.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, Kate's out of here. And that's the thing, those hatches are going to be, really easy work for the attack. Really, really simple stuff. Just going to wait for the confirmation.
They probably really don't want to be on their basement then.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think basement's the play right now. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a strong site. It's going to be one of those really powerful objectives regardless of the way we see it. But I think it is going to be one of those where of the 3 or 4 you've got available to you on Clubhouse, it's probably the weaker of them. Bar Gaming, it's one of those sites we don't see ever for reasons. Some teams like it, most do not.
But here's going to be the lesser evil within this match then, is whether bar or basement is worse.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue bar. That's just my preferences. But then it's down to the way you want to play it as a team. I mean, we've seen teams make bar work before. A good team can make something work if they put their mind to it. Just, Clubhouse, we've seen this map so many times before. Why fix it if it ain't broken?
Yes. Will they have a bedroom available again next round?
Yeah, that's it. Next round bedroom. Not next round. No, that's the thing. Next round bedroom will be closed still. If I'm doing my math correctly. Yeah, bedroom will still be closed next round. So we will need to see either basement or bar, presumably, if Minions win this round. Which could be a spicy round. But that's, as I said, presuming Minions win this top floor site. And as we saw in the previous time, it did go down to that very close 1v1. And Joe Pop already looking to try and make this early entry here to the player playing by lounge.
It's the same angle from earlier as well, where they sort of traded here and then.
That's it, and
But it
it's
seems
still
like the
Jake
castle
down here.
or whoever the operator was in that area, they're not doing it again. They're not paying attention to that doorway.
Yeah, similar positions, similar angles to be covered, but not directly challenging it. And it's very important to hold on to this side of the map here. With the absence of that Azami, Rafters is going to be much easier to take from an attacking perspective. So you're going to need to really be focusing on fighting on that hell, fighting on that bottom floor of the objective, because it's very easy for the attackers to gain ground here and circling these defenders right now. And that's exactly what Minions are going to look to do, just with this kind of extended pressure across most of the map.
Oh yeah, especially with also breaching open the garage wall. The castle has got a load of pressure in that corner there, or that spot.
But
Because
he's
they have the
doing good to
main
hold on to it.
doorway at the area, they have a garage to also look at on their left.
Yeah. And he's doing really good right now to hold on to it. We can't say the same for Aaron, however. Head taken off by Joe Pap yet again. And it's, why are we swinging that, I think is the question that hits my head right now. Because Joe Pap 6-2, looking to try and claim their 7th. And it's just one of those situations where, does this need to be swung? Eventually, Jake is going to hear to hop in. But you've got so much pressure with the absence of that bandit and that support. You have to make a hero
have to move
play.
out now.
And that's what he's doing. Going for this hero play. Rat spot. And the drone, I'm not sure if it caught him or not. I don't think it did. This could be a massive miss drone right now from Blind House, because all the focus is going to be on David upstairs. If Jake gets through this one completely unspotted, it could well be disaster, but disaster striking elsewhere as M.A. Loco takes down 2. Blind House now with a massive man advantage, and it's all up to Jake in the rat spot on their lonesome, but 1 versus 5 in the UMP, I don't know about this.
They know that he's there.
Yeah, no way out at this point but to push on forwards and going to get hopped on by the Vault Team player. And a flawless round there for the side of Blind Owls. A much better go of it than what we saw from them in round number 1. And flawless, one we don't see a lot of the time, especially on Clubhouse. Very, very good stuff from Blind Owls. And I'd like that now, as I said. They've seen how that site's been played before. They knew what to do based off of round 1. They applied it there, and you could see that level up from the first time we saw that objective. Much better playing there from the attack. Now here comes a new site. This is the thing. We're now going down to the basement because it's, you know, it's this or bar for this round for the side of Minions. They've decided to go to this, you know, standard one of basement. Is this newness going to throw Blind Owls off again, or are Minions going to be able to hold this one out?
I bet you one of the people on Owls would swap to Hibana as soon as they realise it's the site. I feel like they might.
I mean, you can do it with, you know, the thing is, obviously, with Kaid being, you know, unavailable, you're not going to be the worst thing you'll be getting is impact tricked. And look at the top right, there's no impacts being brought along by the side of Minions.
Oh, no,
so,
true.
Realistically speaking of it, you could do this with can openers, which might be the game plan here for Blind Owls. Obviously, Cleasin seems to be perma-picking on towards that Grim. So, use those can openers in back pocket, try and get these hatches open.
Yep, they brought can openers as well.
Exothermics. It's a good game plan. You don't need the Hibana, and you know she's not got the strongest gun in the game. With Type 89, only having 25 odd bullets in it, it's not enough in my books. So you know, use the Grim instead because we know that 5.52 commando hits like a truck.
They do know where the site is. Yeah, they have seen it from the drones.
Yeah, they will know. They will know at this point where the objective is. So how do we get there, though? Not too much of an extension from Minions this time. You've just got David Speckham playing out towards lounge position. Going to try and stop this attack, but maybe not droned out.
Seen them there.
No, here's the player sprinting, but shoots the shots a little bit early, gives the game away, gives the position away, and gives the life away. Joe Pap, yet another opener for the side of Blind Owls being given away. Freebie. An absolute freebie there. There's nothing you gain to, you know, you could get the free opener there for sure, but if you lose it, there's no way of a response for Minions, and now they're just going to play the rest of the round a man down.
Not only that, but that's not a lot of damage onto the Ash as well. It's making it feel way more like a 4v5.
Yeah, that's it. Joe Pap's basically a full fight in power. 7-2 so far, and I'm a little bit worried now.
In the first few seconds.
Ooh,
oh, I returned it with a nitro.
And this is the thing, right? I love this C4 throw. I love it. You throw it through the little hole in the floor and toss it on up. But speaking of the floor, let's return to the floor where the action's happening. That's it. Jopap off the board right here. Doc, you can hear, going to be stimming players up onto full HP, and the HP for Blind Owls, well, it's trickling down. Oxygen takes a little bit of damage, and Cleasing needs to start to get these hatches open right now, but they're currently left chasing ghosts on this top floor.
It's all
Thinking
up
there's
to
a player
Cleasing to
about.
break the rest of these hatches as well. If they get shut down, then they're going to have to go through the normal routes. I mean, there's one hatch that's open up there, but that's it.
Oh, we're just
they're
going to drop.
down.
They're just going to drop it. And, well, Shy's going to drop MA Lurko there. Cleasing trying to pick this one up, but such low HP. You need the support of your teammate, and Oxygen's just left running elsewhere. This poor old Grim left on their lonesome, prone in the corner, bailiff in hand, barely sticking on out. And, oh, look at all this. You're just surrounded. What do you do in this situation right here? There is no way out. You need Oxygen to pull off a miracle.
Cleasing is in the middle of the Wolves' den right now.
Oh.
He's taken one out.
But no.
But it wasn't enough.
That's it. It's a much better response there from the side of Minions, despite, you know, that initial man loss, that's the that initial player going on down. They're able to make the recovery work. You know, the back of the C4s, obviously from the intel from the Valkyrie, they're using that information to throw the C4s, and then the drop in from Blind Owls. Just, I felt a little bit premature there. You know, you send a Grim down the hatch. Where does he go from there is what question raises my mind. What does he do
on their
from that
lonesome
point?
as well, and also a very easy
That's
hatch to keep an eye on without like the enemies being able to see you properly unless they drone it in the first place.
And as you said, hatches weren't open. There wasn't a lot of pressure felt on the defenders' side. They were quite comfortable. You know, not a lot of routes into the objective bar. You know, Moto and the default walls, default doorways. Sorry.
Especially as they had that opener as well. One of their teammates just got shut down immediately, and they've brought it back like this. Ooh, that's scary.
That's it. Minions, they are one of these teams where they have this firepower on them. You know, I do look at, players like David, players like Allison, where it's just, they have this fighting ability amongst themselves. They have this ability to step up, and yet one of these teams I think you just can never truly count out. You know, even in some crazy 1v4 clutch situations, I've seen them do it before, and for Blind Owls, you know, they have to be on their toes. They can't let their guard down until the round is done, because otherwise you are going to be punished for it. And there's a little bit of what we saw there in the previous round.
Ooh, that's 3 of their drones down already.
Yeah. Need the intel, get it away. CC breach
is now open.
Yeah. 50-50 this so far on the West played. One went to the Owls, one went to Minions. So both teams have had a success. Both teams have had a failed run on this objective in this first half. So I suppose this question of whether it's going to be... That's it. It's totally free game right now for either of these teams to be taken. Who is it going to be? Well, here comes the drop in. You can already start to see David up on the front line of that dock, holding the tight angle, but Jopap's going to be the first one to get a pick, but immediately taken back out. Some fine shooting by David. Knows he's in a bit of a cross, so at this point, retreat back, fall back to the objective, supported by Shire. Going to make the retreat. You've got your one. That's all you need. And most importantly, it's star player of Blind Owls shut down. Oxygen going 0 and 5 from a run out from Jake. Good, really good start to this round from Minions right now.
And now, where are the rest of the Owls? It seems that we've got 2 in CCTV, and is that one on roof, I see?
Yep, one on the roof, watching the breach right now. And
making sure that no one runs out again from the looks of it, but that's as far as it goes, or if anyone can walk back into CCTV, but Brad's there, so not much can be done at that place, no?
Yeah. That's it. You have to... Right now for Blind Owls, it's just hope someone from Minions give themselves away and you get a free 1v1 to go into the 3 versus 3, because Minions, they've gotten their man advantage. All they need to do is hold the objective right now. They just need to play anchored, not give any freebies away to the enemy team, and they should be fairly comfortable to close this round on out. Cleasing goes into a frost mat, immediately shut down. Double for Jake, is traded back, but might be just a, commemoration prize at this point. Crypto Guru left in a 2-1 versus 3 to deny the 4-2 half, and a good showing from Minions in this final round here. Back up on this top floor, solidifies them as the favourites. Well, I say that. Shire drops. It's a 1 versus 2, 30 seconds. There is time to work with here, but you've got to go through David and Aaron, who are having pretty good games so far.
Ooh.
Teasing it. But the FNAT mine. And no way to deal with that either, really. Diffuser's cold in no man's land. You're just going to have to brute force it. You're just going to have to push through. But the players of Minions, they're disciplined. They're not giving this them 1v1s away. David's going to take a little bit of damage, but that's all they're going to get. A swing out, a pre-fire, but completely
And
blinded. Aaron comes from the other doorway and does the job. And 4-2 half there for the Minions. Good showing. Really good showing there from the side of Minions. Blind Owls as well. Got to give them their credit where it is due. Kept on fighting and, you know, but Blind Owls, they got the flawless round, but all the other 5, they were pretty close.
They were indeed. And now we've swapped sides now. And I'm sure they'll use that experience from those first few rounds to decide on what's going on. But it seems like we got Cade and Maverick yet again banned at the start. Nothing different there.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
the other bands...
Monty, after seeing what they could do with it, might not want to give them the opportunity.
Minions do like their shields. They're also quite the menace on the old Blackbeard, so there could be a possibility in that, but it's actually going to be the Grim being taken off the board there. For...
All shields available.
Yeah, all 3 shields available, and I know Minions, on occasion, do quite like to play into them. Whether they're going to do it just as of yet, or, you know, they obviously have had some roster changes since I've last seen them, so I don't know if that's going to be immediately the get-go, but difference here are already emerging from this half is going to be the presence of this mirror, and that gives comfortability for Blind Owls to pick straight onto this basement.
Yes, especially with that available, they can keep an eye on certain areas. Like, I would assume, where would they place the mirrors? Where would you normally place mirrors on this side?
Typically, you'll have one down here on this wall, sort of facing out a bar on towards main stairs, and then for your other, you can have it into boiler, you can have it into oil pit, or you can put it in somewhere else on the map entirely, playing a little bit of an off position on it. There's options available, but as you said, it's just kind of that ability to deny off certain areas of the map. These main stairs suddenly go from being fairly easy to get to being a lot more precarious to push in from. If the tools aren't bought. Obviously, I think it's no surprise to see David on the Ash. Clear entry for the team of Minions, always playing this operator, and is going to be running around with the R4C, and obviously with Ash being able to take down those mirror windows with the launcher. A very good pick considering the circumstances, and to deny any C4s from below, because there's 2 of them being brought. You got Aaron on the IQ, Minions as well, bringing the Deimos, the Hibana. A lineup dealt with, I feel like it's a very precise lineup here. They have a game plan in mind for this one. It's not very general. They know what they want, and they're going to play for that.
Exactly. We've got IQ watching out for devices. We've got Hibana for the hatches. Deimos to really sort of pressure people into 1v1s if they want. Ram as well could also help with the...
Oh, dear.
Or nothing. Ram can't help with anything at the minute. And then we've got Ash.
And that's the vertical, all gone. Unless David wants to relocate around elsewhere towards more main area and try and plop down some breaching charges, that is your vertical gone for this one. And that could be a massive, massive blow there dealt out. But David takes the head off of Joe Pap there. And that was PC. I could feel a good night coming in the chat. Unfortunately, we're on console, so no players will be in the all chat. But what we will have is look at the left. Look at all of that information. Deimos has 3 operators now as Cleasing goes down. Everything is available right now. And this attack for Minions, they're doing a great job applying pressure right now. And you can see the players of Blind Owls, they're left relocating, left shaking, as it feels like the world's crumbling around them.
Sorry. Seems like Mira's window has also been broken. Those stairs are much easier to grab. Oh, and the second one, it looks like it's been broken too.
No, it missed.
No?
The Ash charge missed.
Oh my.
But position is still going to be compromised. I mean, Crypto is playing it close to SMG 11, but David gives the shots away there on the position. It's a very tight angle, very important one, but it's more of a ruse,
down as
more
well.
Of a distraction. That's it. It's the distraction because look, the push is really coming from main. Grenade's going to go confirm the kill.
It's all
Jake
up to
with 2. It's all up to Oxygen.
Ah.
Huge. Jake just proving why he does what he does best there. Moving in on a Hibana. I mean, a round ago I was saying, oh, the Hibana's gun, it's not that good. You know, it's only 20 bullets. It's not the greatest. And then Jake just walks in and gets a free K. He just walks in, gets a free K like it's nothing. And that round there was very telling for, I think, the adaptation from Minions. You lose the RAM, you lose that ability to apply the pressure with the boogie drones, and sometimes you do see when that RAM goes down, teams are unable to effectively apply pressure. It doesn't make a difference for Minions.
Trying to do basement again.
yeah, we're going to go back to it. I mean, it was a very, dominant round, but I think with the operators we've got available to us right now, basement is, it's a strong bet. You've got Mirror, you've got that Valkyrie to make those vertical C4s work this time around.
Especially with the camera watching that site just above as well. That's also good. And it seems like we still got the Hibana and also the Ram to contest for that.
Yeah. And then all we're doing really seemingly is just swapping out the Deimos for the KB. More general push, which, considering how fast the previous round moved, Deimos didn't really get a chance to use his ability on focus on one person at a time, so...
Oh no, it's not Dokkaebi anymore, it's actually a Twitch.
Oh,
You might be able to break open those mirrors instead.
Yeah, they really want to focus on those. I mean, it is the big reason probably why this basement site's having such a resurgence in the second half, just because that mirror is available. So really targeting
camera as well. Just
I
pop there on
love
the
that.
light.
But to be credit to them, that is quite, we take the HUD away, that is quite difficult to spot out.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't expect it. I'd think it's part of the light.
I completely missed that. World-class observer, Joe Pap's gone down. Going for a very aggressive swing out here, seems in towards Lounge. Yep, yet again, this place seemingly time after time being the cost of a lot of early engagements, and despite some successes in the first half, not really seeming to work out too well for Blind Owls and their defenses.
Speckham's not giving Joe Pap any chance this time round.
No. Here come the Twitch drones, taken out eventually. But look at this. We're a minute into the round. Vertical's already fairly opened on up. The pressure being applied right now from the side of Minions is immense. And you can feel Blind Owls are feeling every little ounce of it.
With that IQ there as well, they could probably take out the cameras quite easily as well. Forcing someone to actually watch that place to get anything.
That's what she's using. Look at all this information that's being fed out right now. And as well, you're going to be able to call any C4s that go on through. But hatch will be opened on up. And yet again, just more pressure down in towards the objective. Cleason trying to find something back from the vertical, but going to be very difficult to do so. Minions just, they've got so much time on their hands right now. They've got a minute 15, a lot of time to play with, Connor. And that's given them so much flexibility to just try and find anything here.
Am I hearing Speckham come down blue?
I think you may be right. Yeah, contesting it.
Yeah, he's watching it again.
Yeah.
And he's gotten some multiple kills off that. Just that angle alone.
Yeah.
I feel like we might be able to get to see that again.
Yeah, and even if he doesn't full send down, it's pressure.
And that's all we need.
It's so much pressure being applied from it. And that's really the name of the game right now. Crypto forced back into a corner.
Someone's coming down dirt as well.
And someone's dropped. Jake's in. Here comes the hop in here. Crypto fighting for dear life. Pulls out the Deagle to try and find something. But no, not against the R4C. Not going to make it happen. But the Vector from MLOco does scream strong. C4 misses the mark here. It's 2 versus 2. A winnable situation. One, Jake has made his way into the objective. Can try and force the defuse down, but the cover from Aaron needs to be there. Making the sprint across, almost caught by the Moto player, but instead ends up catching them out. And Emma Galocco trying to pull off the 1 versus 2. Needs to get the quad kill. And with time to play here, can just hide behind the crate to try and find this. And he will do so. And Blind Owls, they will take this first round on the defense. Good stuff from them, and really good stuff there to recover it on the second go around. But what?
No, they finally got that out of the way. They're now going to go to top.
Yeah, that's it. They can go towards the top floor now. Gym, bedroom. They've done the basement where they feel they're at the strongest, and yet again, I think we're going to see it throughout all of this half. Probably until after this round, where maybe she does get banned out, but that mirror going to be using her while you've got her.
And, yeah, very good operator to have on this side as well.
Oh, yeah.
Especially watching that breach there.
That's it. And no. Head back up on through. Fairly just extend out overwards. Same as before. I think it's going to be a very similar horizontal hold here for Blind Owls. You'll have the player probably playing down by maybe you might have someone playing down lounge. It's an overextension. Could be punished, especially something by the Dokkaebi, from Shire. Seems like it's going to be sticking through it this time. If you have that player playing all the way low, but it seems like it's not going to be the case. Instead, just more of a hold on towards the top floor, play out across all of it. A fairly standard top floor hold for Clubhouse here. Nothing crazy, nothing too unusual, and Minions bringing the same old tools to deal with it.
Yeah, it seems like the minions might go for a double push. As you can see, there's 2 hard breaches. One's obviously going to go for this side, and I assume that they're going to go the other side as well.
Yeah, they'll split up and try. And I mean, that's the way the minions do quite like to play these attacks. They like to play them very sort of spread out a little bit. They like to apply that sort of a lot of pressure. As you could already see here, Oxygen feeling it. With deployable shield gone, there's someone on the cover to try and pick up the kill.
I'm personally pleased because I see Flores right now. I'm a massive fan of that operator.
You love a bit of Flores.
Oh,
and that's it. He's being used to such good effect there. It's the teamwork from it as well. Look at this double push in towards this Frost here. She has no clue what's about to hit her. Taken down there. Allison, free opener for the round. And look at Emiloko. All that HP. Never mind. Doc is there. But Crypto is not. Taken down. Cleasing going for an aggressive swing right now. Takes down the diffuser, the Thermite. Lifeline in around there for Blind Owls as they're going to have to stall out for a minute. Work out what the hell just hit them. Gonna stim back up. Can't stim Cleasing from Death Doe. Direct trade between Shira and Emiloko. This round's a bloodbath, and it's all down to 1 on the side of Blind Owls. Gonna take the player out with a pipe there. Beautiful environmental kill on towards Aaron, but that's about all it's gonna be. MG Minions gonna take the round and, well, get themselves up onto map point here. And this isn't their map pick, Connor. Do keep in mind, we didn't really get a chance to talk about it, and I don't think we've actually said it so far, but just for you folks at home, this is the map pick of Blind Owls. This is where they wanted to go, and right now, they need 3 in a row to take this to overtime.
Because if not, if Minions win this one, that is the first match over.
Yep, 1 map down, 1 more to go for Minions, and they are a team, their ratty, chaotic playstyle, it thrives on a map like Consulate, and with the way I'm seeing, with the way that Blind Owls, I think that's been the key right now. They've gotten man advantage. They've won their ones on so many occasions. Where they're struggling is that group, that team pressure that Minions are able to consistently apply.
And now that Mira is out of the game, going back to their bedroom site may not be as good anymore. They can't apply that much pressure, especially if there's on those breaches. It's going to be a bit more risky for them.
Yeah. That's it. This hold got a whole lot harder there. You know, the loss of the Thermite from the attack, I don't think they're going to feel that one too badly. Swap onto the Ace, bring can openers. You know, with the hard
Ivana is still available as well. There's so many options that are about still.
What do you do in this situation? Right now, Minions, I think they're going to be very comfortable with how they are at the moment, because even if Blind Owls win 2 more rounds, you know, you have to play a tertiary bomb site at some point. For Blind Owls, it seems like that's going to be CC. And as we said, all 3 of the main sites on Club are strong, but your tertiary is your tertiary for a reason. Minions, even if they lose the next 2, they should be looking fairly comfortable, but never say never. We've seen some amazing play from these Blind Owls players so far, you know, Joe Papp especially, and I'm not expecting that to stop anytime soon.
But here we go into match point. Let's see where this goes. Immediately, immediately the breach has been opened. They're doing the same thing, rushing into CC, going through that way.
Here comes David. Already knocking on the door, and it's the same approach from before for Minions, right? And Oxygen has realized this. You know, the deployable shield hasn't been placed there this go around, I don't believe. It's been placed elsewhere, not playing the same position, because Minions, you know, it worked once for them, and the adaptation is here from Blind Owls. They're facing this CC-sided push with a lot more presence, a lot more pressure this time, and they're hoping to fish a kill off of the back of it. Shots raining out, damage being taken.
Chunks out of each other.
But are you aware of the player playing close? Are you aware of Jake right now? I don't think you are. Going to swing, but oh no, windy shots from both sides. But eventually Jake will close it out there. Gets the opening pick, and Aaron with another one elsewhere on the map. And this is genius right now. So much in cash, so much towards the east side of the map. And look at this, Aaron's on the rappel, on the cut-off. Minions, Blind Owls, rather, their players towards that side, isolated on an island. Nothing they could do.
Doku's
3 of them
been
down.
calling as well. They can probably hear them through, figure out where the last person is.
1v5. Makes it a 1 versus 4, gets the commiseration pick, but I think that's all it's going to be. And who else but David Speckham to close out the round and to close out Clubhouse, as Minions take a very, very strong show in a dominant 7-3. There I say it. Great map from them. Great start to the series, and exactly what they're going to want to be doing going later on into Consulate.
Nice job,
Beautiful.
guys. Amazing first
Yeah.
match.
that was a very great first map to watch, right? And that end round there, you know, I don't have a telestrator in front of me, but this is where I wish I had some sort of a You know what? Actually, hold on. I'm gonna improvise here. This is gonna be the most T4 botched thing ever, right? But so you imagine, right? So this is our clubhouse because we've got 5 minutes to play with. So this is clubhouse. So we're gonna do a very crappy drawing, right? So this is the east side of the map, roughly. That's construction. That's there you go, right? Clubhouse, roughly drawn. Beautiful. Look at that. So that's our clubhouse, right? So you've got the entry coming in through here from so you've got quite a lot of presence. So blind owls are our red. You've got 3 players over here on the presence towards east, right? A lot of presence out towards it. And what you've then got is you've got blind owls doing the same as they did the previous round. They're just going to push him through CCTV. As you can see on there, they're just going to push him through CC in towards the cash plays. But the key difference this time around, because they recognise that there's a lot more presence up here in cash from the defenders, what they're going to do is they're going to have the player up on the construction, the very poorly drawn construction Logi Repel, there on that blue line. So as these red players try to make the retreat, they've got a choice. They can either fight the brunt of the team of minions pushing in, or they can retreat, but as they'll very quickly realise, the retreat is being watched. They are boxed in that position there. It's a beautiful read from minions, and that's what made them look so good in that first map there. Just that ability to read. Those players were boxed off, and then you were in that 3 versus 5 with the 2 remaining players on the objective, and as you saw, there was absolutely nothing they could do. Anyway, most botched illustration segments of my life. Never doing that again, because that
Oh no, that's a great idea. Just keep writing and hope for the best.
Yeah, I mean,
it did look pretty good, and I do agree with you. They were definitely boxed in. Like,
yeah,
try and run away, be my guest, see what happens.
Screenshot that on Twitter and see if someone can guess what map I've attempted to doodle there. Like, can someone guess that based on the map? And well, that's Clubhouse, first map overdone and dusted with. But don't worry, folks, we have got more coming your way. That's not going to be the only one tonight. Consulate going to be coming your way in just a couple of minutes. But first, back towards your favourite station, Travi FM. We're going to a break. Don't go anywhere.
Go through the fire, brave the fire, chasing something true, caught in a bind. Maybe undo, maybe undo. 'Cause when every call felt off, and the silence could be better, every motion falling flat, had to leave you, had to leave you. I can hear mistake is all that it takes to break up the trust that we made. I'm open to changing my ways this time. Oh, why do I fall for it every time? I'd do anything to keep you mine. So just call my name. Tell me you're never leaving, won't you stay? And I'll play your games as long as the fire doesn't fade away. Yeah, just call my name. Yeah, just call my name. Yeah, just call my name. Can't forgiveness meant what we've torn. A chance to rebuild what was worn. With honesty guiding my stride this time. So just call my name. Tell me you're never leaving, won't you stay? And I'll play your games as long as the fire doesn't fade away. Yeah, just call my name. 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 Yeah, just call my name.
That is the wrong screen. Let's try that again. Whoosh. After what was a pretty strong showing back on map 1 of Clubhouse, Minions now find themselves on their own map pick in this series with a possibility to close this one out in a strong 2-0 fashion. 7-3 was the score on Club, and I'm looking at Consulate and I'm looking a little bit worried for the side of Blind Owls right now because Minions, this map plays into all of their strengths.
How much did it have Minions played this map, Travis? You've pointed out to me that they really love Skyscraper, but what about Console?
Oh, that is, you know what, that is such a great question. I'm going to, while the ban phase goes on through, I'm going to get you a number. I'm actually going to go and do my research, and I'm actually going to get you a number. So take us through the ban phase, Connor. I will give you a number in about 5 seconds' time.
Oh god, no pressure to me then. Excellent.
No
Well,
pressure at all.
with Consulate, especially with the rework and everything, there's a couple of windows that can peek into spawn, like a couple of steps outside of it, and they can immediately get shut down. Garage is also much safer to play this time with the rework. And ooh, they've gotten rid of a shield as well as cameras. That information might be very useful to have had, but well, oh, not their problem anymore. Womp womp.
Womp womp, and the shield's gone as well. I said Minions like to use their shields. We didn't really get to see much of it on Clubhouse, but I feel confident it's going to be a different story with that one, unless they all get banned out, that is, because that's a very real possibility right now.
Maybe, we're about to find out. And it's Ace and Azami.
No, that's
Who is it
fairly
that keeps
standard
playing Azami? Is it Speckham, isn't it, David?
yeah, David. It's the flexibility that operator provides. I mean, obviously, you know, they're banning it against Azami. She's a good operator in anyone's hands, let alone on a player such as David. And to give you map results in recent history for the side of I should actually start the game. My apologies, folks. I've just realised the OBS stream is still on the wrong screen. There we go. You all can see the
There we
game.
go, sorted.
Anyway, for the side of this game, it is 9-3, actually, in the favour of not 9 wins versus 3 losses in terms of these two teams. No, not in terms of these two teams, in terms of Minions on Consulate in the last couple of months. So they like this map, and they have about a 75% success rate win on it.
What about the Owls as well? Because we saw that Owls wanted to do Clubhouse, and Minions took that one. So is there a chance that maybe this could happen, but vice versa?
That is good question. Let's have a look. Hold on.
Because there's always the idea that it could happen. It may not, it may, but it also could. We don't know, obviously, until this starts playing.
I can see if I've got the stats for it. Let's have a look. No, we do not have the stats for them, unfortunately. So we'll have to see. I mean, obviously, it's been left in the pool, so it should be something comfortable enough for the side of, Blind Owls to play. It won't be something they'll despise. I mean, they obviously have the right idea. The Shanka on this top floor site, love to see it. It's a favourite of mine because it's one of the few sites in the game where I feel he's not a meme pick.
I mean, he's also got the ability to break open so many soft walls, and that could help out just get some longer sights going, get some just some vision on everything. Especially, as you said before we started the recording. Oh my gosh!
What a throw! Good start. And that's the Nomad.
The match, you pointed out about how there's some very tight doorways and everything, so being able to open stuff out might be helpful.
Yeah, and that's it. It's all about opening up the walls because, as you can see, there's a lot of small rooms on Consulate to fight over. You look at the map as a whole, a lot of small spaces, but regardless of, Minions not off to a great start here, and at least right now it's Blind Owls looking good. 5 versus 3 as they relegate control of admin's side. Checkers is now next in the line. But this is a hard place to cross, and if there's any choke point you don't want to be crossing on Consulate, it's here, but you have to do it.
The one hallway that could influence anything. But the Grim being able to push out people, especially unless they want to give that information away, able to move through that hallway, probably a bit more safer than earlier.
Yeah, so much information can be fed across, and Johan going to take down. Yeah. 2 versus 5. Very difficult situation for Minions right now. David trying to make things going, gets one, but immediately traded back through the wall by the Vector. Hulu now stuck in the 1 versus 3. With the FAMAS not going to be there for long, Johan shuts them down, and Blind Owls off to a very, very good start there. Very good first round. Very, very good there on the top floor. Minions could barely get inside the building. I mean, you saw that C4, right, Connor? There wasn't much you could do there.
That was beautiful. I just love the C4s. It's amazing just being able to just throw it and for it to work. Ah, oh.
Beautiful. And now we head to the basement. Oh. Good bit of basement action here. Of course, you've won the top floor, you've locked it out, you're not going back up there yet again, so we're going to have to head down towards this site. Mirrors on the board, no surprise to see her being brought. Interestingly, not really too much being brought to deal with the breaches. Obviously, Kaid's in play at the moment. You could deal with the hatches. You could bring a bandit. Exactly.
But instead, they've decided to go with a mute for this. I mean, especially, oh no, they're not playing Twitch anymore.
No.
But just being able to have those mutes there would have stopped her if they kept with it. And ooh.
Yeah, so well, interesting lineups
the
from
main
both
thing
sides.
To deal with those breaches is going to be Thermite. It doesn't seem like they're going to have any support unless they change the operators. No, they're sticking with that.
Yeah. I mean, if there's not much being watered away, you don't really need a lot more than the Thermite. But what we do need, it will seem, is a little bit of a pause, a little bit of a rehost, as it would appear, as if we've had a player DC. So we'll wait for the call from the teams to see if it will go on through. But what is going to go on through is a pick. David taken down. Lost the board early on there, so we'll wait to see. Either way, though, we're going to just play this one out regardless of, and we'll just wait for the word from that point onwards. Either way, it's effectively a 2 versus 5. Now, not a good start at all for Minions here on map number 2, as they're getting demolished.
It's not even been a minute, and 3 people are down out of their team. One is a DC, of course, no offense to them, but... At least they were able to revive the Nomad. That's nice.
Yeah.
Some support for the Thermite.
You revived the Nomad, but you do lose the Deimos. So it is still technically a 2 versus 5. And Minions looking to try and make this one comfortable. Either way, Shire's back in the lobby, so at least we won't have to pause after this unless the repost and the replay is called by the teams. But 2 versus 4. 1 kill has been given the other way, and I think for Blind Owls, it should be an easy closeout. Just don't give this away, don't be silly. Just play your angles and let Minions walk into your line of sight, right?
Yeah, I mean, they've got the manpower. All they have to do is wait.
Yeah, just be patient. slow and steady wins the race, because you start trying to get that pick thinking, oh, it's a 4 versus 2, I can take this, and then you end up with what me and Rob saw the other night on Consulate, where it was like 12 to 10 and 22 rounds, because we were just throwing man advantages. So we're not going to do that again, hopefully, here. It's going to be a nice, easy closeout for Blind Owls. They've got mirror windows. There's no way Hulu gets through this doorway in the slightest. I don't see a safe way into that one. You can't get the breach open because of the... Oh, never mind. You can get the breach open. No one to play it, just some phantom pressure. Vertical attempted by Aaron. Not going to be able to hit anything. Fires an air jab into the objective, but instead it's actually Cleason who's slipped their way past up towards yellow now and looking to hold a very aggressive angle.
And the Thermite's moved to the breach.
Minions, yeah, relocated out. Oh, Cleason with the shotgun. And Cleason to close it on out there, yeah. I think that one was, especially after the DC, is there a lot you can do in that situation, Connor? I don't really think so for Minions there.
No, I don't. I think after that disconnect, I don't know, really. I don't know how they could sort of bring that back. But they also needed to help that Thermite just get through the wall, because if they breach that a bit quicker, who knows, maybe it might have just been a better round overall.
Yeah. I mean, what can you do? You go towards the tertiary bomb site now, and this is really the one where you need to start picking up rounds over on the side of Minions. If you lose this as well when you go 3-0 down, you've played all 3 objectives, and maybe you can write off the round number 2, but round number 1 and this one, unless some other disaster happens, will certainly not be the case. It's going to be an interesting one to see regardless of. Blind Owls looking very comfortable right now and on their opponent's map pick nonetheless.
About a 2-point lead. Maybe we might have a case where it is vice versa. You know, the Clubhouse win was for Minions. Maybe Blind Owls might get this win as well from the looks of it so far.
We do see
Obviously,
it.
only time will tell, and we're only in the 3rd round.
That's it. It's a time thing. It's early days on this map yet, and obviously, you know, it does have to go without saying, it is Consulate. It definitely does have that defender favor to it. You know, 4-2 is not unusual to see.
Oh,
but
yeah, maybe as it turns around, you know, it might, if Minions can get any points on this side, then it might be in their favor just later on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we saw it the other day when this one was played. Just one attacking round was enough to get us into an overtime situation. You know, 1 or 2 was enough. It's, you know, it's one of these situations where you only need to get those couple of rounds, but you do need to get them. If you go 6-0 down, it's very unlikely to see a game go into overtime from that point. So for Minions, as I say, this one's very important. They at least look more competitive on because, you know, as I said, it is defender-sided, but it's not been defender-sided. It's been defender-dominant so far, this map.
Oh, yes.
First logic bomb rains on in. Top floor going to be the focus right now for the side of Minions. Try and clear it out, take these players out on the vertical so you can start to get to work with the sledge, with those breaching charges in the back pocket of David. But as I say, before you do that, you need to clear out these floors. Mirror window is going to be popped there by the Ash that we spoke of, and JPAP looking to get aggressive, trying to see if they can take the player's head off the P90, but the drones are in, spotting them out, so no choice to retreat away, and Jake trying to take some damage. David does get one towards JPAP there, and this top floor, the defender's starting to feel this pressure a little bit now. Oh, this could be a freebie. Do they know about the Goyo? Oh, direct trade. Good response there from Minions to be able to find a trade from that one. As you saw, it was dicey, it was costly, but not bad go. 4 versus 3, man advantage to Minions.
Oh yeah, and it looks like that's the top floor cleared out, or at least there's someone on stairs. But that's it at the minute. Everyone else seems to be in sight, especially with the Legion very low on health, and there's no more Doc to help them out.
No more at all, and that's it. Doc's gone. You said it. what can you do? Crypto has a very powerful position to play here, but maybe isn't going to be needed at all as the team just drops around him. 1 versus 4 situation, making a none versus 4. Minions a much better round from them now. They've got all 5 of their team in play. So head
And it
up
really took
to
just taking out the verticals.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's the thing with Piano. It's so do or die on that vertical. You sometimes just have to sync with the ship, and then, of course, the site is left very vacant sometimes, and you just see that from Minions, where they just backstab into the objective once the second floor's been mostly cleared out, knowing it's a weakened presence down there. Thermite and Goyo are 2 bans taken off the board. And Goyo, he feels a little targeted, because we've seen a lot of Goyo and a lot of Vector action as well.
I was going to say, the Vector seems to be king so far. And then, yeah, with the Thermite as well, that is going to be one of your main breaches gone.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
And what site are we on again? Oh, on top. Okay.
Oh, back up to this top floor now as we go for the second go of it. Of course, the first time Blind Owls play it, it was all 10 players in the lobby. There were no disconnect excuses from the side of Minions. It was just a total shutdown. Hop into admin, beautiful C4 from Crypto, who looks to be playing the same sort of position out towards breaking admin again. It looks to be a fairly similar repeat of Refor from Blind Owls, because you know what, it works very well for them. For the side of Minions, it seems like we'll be going for that horizontal clear again. We're not going to be seeing anything different from them, rather. You know, there's a possibility of where, you know, could see a world in where they go for a window plant. They feel like the kind of team that probably would like to go for that, but not this time.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped. Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Diffuser is down. Pressure starting to mount up
There,
towards
they go that
admin side.
again. The mute's not there, so maybe no nitro that's going to be thrown this time. Who knows?
Yeah, he's a little bit further back, but Pep is still there. You still need to contest it. That's the thing. You can't let this side of the map go. You have to fight for it, as we see a lot of players doing right now for the side of Blind Owls.
Of course, because if they get that one side, they're just going to funnel through, and if they can get
Yeah.
past the hallway of death, then you know it's just easy pickings.
Oh,
Speaking of easy pickings, that
Please and give himself
Cleveland's been
away.
taken down as well. Just yeah, exactly, giving themselves away, bless them. And now allow
Yeah.
players to move in.
yeah, that's it. Sat, you've dropped the player, you've given yourself the queue, the possibilities, so you can just push across now if you're Minions. You've got control. You'd say about a third of the way there. The next big hurdle for you before you that final chance of sight is going to be, as I say, that Checkers hallway with a deployable shield that the Chanka's playing behind gone. No choice there but to retreat on away, and it's just chip away, right? But you've got so much time to do it right now. You've got 1 minute 35 seconds.
Ooh, where's the Forest going?
He's going in. Barbed wire, take it out. Quite like.
No, no, no,
Nope,
no.
he's going straight for the desk.
Trying to flush him out.
No more cover there for the defenders to play behind. As you say, it's just that chip away for the side of Minions right now. Just slowly chip through as they make the push. They've got a player in, but the question is how long can he stay? And it seems to be a while. Joe Pap Swings has no idea that there's a player inside of Checkers, and the defense, they're
Everyone's
dropping
gone down
like
as
flies
well.
now. Crypto swings out fine. They're likely going to confirm. No. C4 misses the mark there. Johan as well, taking a lot of damage. Beautiful shot onto Shire, but has to get 4 more just like it. And on a sliver of HP. And the attack just circled all around. They know where he is. They know what to do, but they give 1 more away. It's a 1 versus 2, but David, he gets the job done. He shuts it out, and Minions tie up the consulate. And that's it, Connor.
Now it's even again. Ooh.
Yeah.
And they're going to go on top and try and do that again.
And the other thing as well is, you know, as I say, like, Consulate is this defender-sided map. A 2 rounds for the attack is probably what you need. Minions have done that now. It was shaky at the start, but they've got there. They've done that now. They've got that 2-2 split that they would... They've got that guaranteed 4-2 split. They can look for more. They can look to try and tie this. 3-3, possibly even take a 4-2, because it's weird, isn't it? The first 2 rounds from Minions was just nothing sort of disastrous.
I think
The
maybe
last
they were
two,
just trying to find their feet again. Who knows?
yeah, I think
Now
that's
it
a good
seems like
call
they
for
found
it.
it, and I mean, like you said, they could just sort of go the easy route of just letting the 4-2 happen and then just absolutely thrash them on defense. Or what they can do is make it so much easier for them in the future and just keep going the way they're going. It's on top floor again. They've won it this time. It seems like they're going for the same sort of similar operators as well. And there has been, it looks like a light change on the defending side. I mean, I can now see a bandit. I don't know if a warden was there last round, but there has
Yeah,
been some
no.
flashes thrown about. Very smart idea to go for them.
Yeah, that's it. It is different. Obviously you've got Legion as well as the Warden standing out there. Two main different kind of picks. All are focused on slowing down this push in, but what may bring it to a screeching halt is going to be this early position here from Johan. Because if they're obviously going to be droned out and going to be spotted, so throw the goo mine, run away. Don't fight for this position. Don't die here because there's no one in a position to trade it right now, and that's the concern. They know where the player is, and hold on, Hulu could just get a freebie here. No, never mind. Drones are going to be spotted out. Jahan knows that position's compromised. Run away. Don't even bother.
Yeah, it seems like they realise that, oh, I'm on my own. I'm not doing this. It's
Yeah.
just, I guess, it's smart thinking.
The issue is you run away from one, and look at this, you've run into another. Look at
Oh,
Shire's
they
right there
have.
on the main entrance. Shire's literally knocking on the door of him. Wherever Johan seems to go, it just seems to be players chasing them.
Seems like they will have to move up or down even. But it doesn't seem like it seems like the first floor is not a good idea to stay on right now.
Yeah, and here comes the hop through. C4's going to be ripped and tossed, but oh no, catches the doorway. Shot out by the attacking team. Could have been a great start there for the defense, but no, C4 falls a little bit short, and that's going to be a costly one because now Minions, they're doing the same as tried and tested before. They're making the advance, have the idea on the player. Jopap, a bit of a tease. Dirty shot with a P90, finds the head of Aaron. That's the Grim taking off the board here and looking to repeat history and take down David playing behind the vending machine on Spiral. And this deployable shield, this is where the Flores comes in. Takes down that deployable shield, and as Jopat makes the cross, beautiful teamwork. We've seen it before from Minions. And what about that? A clean shot from Shire David as well. 2 versus 4. But Blind Owls, they're starting to let this one slip through a little bit, it feels like, Connor, as it's a 1 versus 4 for Cleason, but not for long.
Gone. That dock had a very good spot as well, but yet again, the Flores has been able to shut down and flush people out.
Yeah, and yet again, it's that teamwork from Minions that I don't think we saw a lot of from Blind Owls in map number 1, where we just, yet again, as you say, that twice now we've seen it from Minions. They send a Flores, they blow up that deployable shield, the player's hiding behind, and you've got someone playing to catch them as they're retreating away, because you can either stay and get blown up by the Rotero, or the sensible thing, run away, take the gamble on whether you get swung or not, and it seems to be time after time, you get swung. But we head down.
I'm sure in the dog's head, he's just sort of sat there behind the armature thinking, oh, this is fine. What could go wrong?
Yeah. But realistically, you've got no choice there. You stay and you get blown up and you just run and take the gamble. They're your options. And neither one looks all too appealing, especially now Minions have actually somehow managed to take a lead, which is a stark contrast from what we saw when it was this site being played, and it was that 2-0 lead for the side of Blind Owls.
It was, but I mean, this time, to deal with the main breach, they only have Mute again, but this time as well, Minions have all 5 players, so that might change things with that extra support. There's also Bosch G Vigil.
Ooh. Bosch G Vigil, and the thing is, the counters are there for Minions. They've obviously got the Decavi, who will be able to ring him out. Deimos, Jake rather, is going to go on the hunt for players. Obviously, will not be able to hunt down the Vigil directly due to the ability, at least if it's timed properly. Shire, on the other hand, will be able to ring. Vigil is not immune to those logic bombs, and already could be in a little bit of heat here. I love this angle from Hulu on the window.
Ready? 1, 2. Oh, never mind.
Oh, he's been spotted. So that means the Hunt's coming on in. Spray through. Oh, Jake misses the shots. That could be a problem there. Now they know about each other. Need the support from the rest of the team. The support comes up yellow stairs, but it's shut down from Hulu on that rappel. The pressure on the Vigils tries to swing out, completely blinded by the flashbang. Masterclass in roam clear right now for Minions as they find two and already looking in good shape to try and take this
Again,
round
that
here.
teamwork is working out.
It's the same thing. Yet and yet again.
One thing
It's
I
just
am
that
noticing,
teamwork.
sadly, on the Owls is they don't sort of seem to pay attention that much to their surroundings. Like that Malusi there was just looking around on the main site, and then out of nowhere, you know, the enemy was just standing there getting ready to blow their head off. And I'm
Yeah.
sort of noticing that more and more as they're not paying that proper attention, and they're sort of on their own a
no.
lot. Whereas, like we keep
Windy.
saying, you know, the minions are working together.
Yeah, that's it.
Like they're
And-
playing leapfrog.
Yeah, that's it. They're playing all over the place right now. But look at this, Emma Loco on the top floor, wanting to try and make some magic happen, try and deny this push, and Cleasing gets one down below. Blind Owls, they're not letting this one slip so easily. What was a 2 versus 5 is now a 2 versus 3, and look at two of the players on Minions, Aaron Shire, low HP, one bullet. All it takes, Connor, and this could be very, very deadly here. If one of these C4s connects, hell, an impact could kill two of these players right now. It could be disastrous.
Oh,
Plant's
we
going to
got
be going
Plant.
down. And they're not going to be able to stop it, it seems. They do stop Shire, they
He's
do
down.
stop Jake! This could be a massive problem. Aaron left up above to try and hold it in the post-plant situation.
Oh, they've got a
but the low-
perfect angle though.
But the HP, that's my concern right now. If
The
Emma Loco
HP,
just
and they also have a
throws
grenade,
that
just
impact.
Wait.
And the C4. Gonna go. But have to connect onto this player. Gonna try and find it. Gets
On.
them, but gets downed in the process. Cleasing, unaware of the down, but just gonna stick to the diffuser anyway. There you go. Gonna be on it and should be able to just comfortably close this one out. And Blind Owls will go out of this half in an even fashion.
There was a lot more pressure on this site, especially now that the minions had all 5 of their teammates. It was way more scary for them.
Yeah, and what a comeback there from the side of Blind Owls, right? 2v5, if I'm not mistaken, for that round. Incredible, incredible work from the two players left standing. And now it's given Blind Owls a 3-3 half, which is much better looking than a 4-2 the other way round. Probably not what they wanted from the defense, but it's what they're going to have to work with. New set of operator bands going to come on in.
Mirror, good idea to get rid of that.
Mhm.
Especially after seeing how they played with it. I don't think they want to give him the same opportunities.
No, that's it. And they know what to expect. They know how powerful she can be. So we will have to see what these next set of bans are going to be. We're going to be getting rid of the Azami and the Flores. Now, I like this because I think the thing is, Minions have just shown what the Flores can do. They've just shown this is why Flores is so good, especially on a map like Consulate where you've got a lot of those deployable shields to play behind.
Yeah,
Now-
and, what was it? Let's call it the hallway of death, without being able to like break that. Trying to funnel through that, like from the offices, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's it. That hallway, and it's going to be a lot easier to hold for Minions with the absence of that Flores because you're going to have to get a grenade round there. You're going to have to get something, one or the other, and it may just make things a little bit harder for them.
The safest option for them was the Flores. The next safest option is going to be the frag grenade because every other option, Ash charges, Sophia, etc., you're going to have to expose yourself more to try and do the same thing.
Yeah. That's it. You have to expose yourself one way or the other. Frag grenade is probably the best option there for them. And very likely Owls will be bringing it. No thrown utility denial either from Minions. So deployable shield will still be in hot heat. But even if it's just a couple of seconds of difference, you know it, I know it. Those couple of seconds can be the difference maker in these rounds.
And here we go. Team SWAT. Let's see what happens.
It's
Looks like they do have the idea of going through offices again.
yeah. I mean, I always love this point of the game. It's a reset of the pacing for the side, for these sides right now. It's a reset of everything. I mean, David playing so close to this breach. A run out right now would get nothing, but would just at least assert the mentality
Yeah.
for minions right now. And I can tell he's thinking about it. Oh, here comes Hulu on the Echo drone. So you're going to send the Echo drone out. You're basically going to go, there's no one out here. Don't bother. It's just a waste of your time. And then David's very likely going to fall back from the position. Elsewhere, though, it's going to be
They're
this
starting
very...
to funnel through.
Yep.
That Frost is there hiding behind the deployable shield. Something we've already seen when the teams were swapped.
Oh!
Oh!
And that was off the back of those Mozzie drones, off the back of those Valkyrie cameras. And speak of the devil, Jake gets dropped 4 versus 4. Fighting
So
back
much
right now,
information on
Blindhouse.
that side as well. They have cameras, drones. They have Echo. They have Valkyrie. They have Mozzie. It's a great thing. Not only that, but a bulletproof camera from Fenrir. They should have so much information currently.
Ooh. Yep, there goes the Ash. Deployable shield is dropped, but the difference is there's no one for the pickup this time from Blind Owls. Aaron's able to escape away, free of rain, really. You've done your job, you've wasted the time on that position, and you can just continue to fight the doorway.
Exactly. They haven't got rid of that operator standing there. They're still about. That's still another threat they have to deal with.
That's it, and 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go. Time is slowly dwindling away. Still a decent amount to work with here, and that's an opener much needed there for the side of Blind Owls as Jahan gets their 10th of the game. 2 KD right now, drops down David. 4 versus 3. Advantage to Blind Owls as now they can look towards pushing to this objective. Can they deny the plant? That's the real question. C4s have been burnt. Aaron's almost been dropped as well, taking a lot of damage right now. But here comes Hulu, swinging out into the objective, does find one, and getting aggressive. And that's the key right now. Gleason gets one, but immediately shut back down. Diffuser attempt made, but it's not going to be the one to sleep on out. Hulu now left to try and bring this back into 1 versus 2. The position is known, has to try and win this one, but no, not going to be able to do so. Johan finds it, and Blind Owls start off their attack exactly how they started their defenses with a great round. Spicy round that one was. Incredibly spicy. But
And they're going to try top again.
yeah. And I mean, the thing is, I think a lot of that was just losing your ones there. I think for the side of minions, they just lost a lot of ones that, you know, maybe they didn't need to. Players were getting a bit aggressive when, you know, maybe could have fallen back a bit earlier. Minor adjustments. Overall game plan was solid. Blind Owls, though, incredible showing. Considering, obviously, as you say, the absence of that Flores, I felt that there had to be some problem solving there for Owls. They problem solved so well during that previous round, able to push across. They were firmly in control throughout most of it. Well-deserved victory from them. And if they could keep that up throughout the remainder of this half, I see Nighthaven Labs on the horizon.
And it seems like that minions have still got a good amount of information, though. You know, Valkyrie's there, the Echo. They have a bulletproof camera, but from a different operator this time, from Lucy.
Yeah.
They
That's
don't
it,
have Mozzie this time, so, you know, drones might be a bit more prevalent or a bit more of a threat.
That's it. Slow them down and see what they can do. I mean, one thing I will give Blind Owls, especially from that previous round, was the pacing. It was a very well-paced round. They pushed across in towards checkers, got admin control with a lot of time still to play with, over half the round, if I'm recalling it correctly. So incredibly good work from them to keep up the tempo, keep up that sort of feeling of pressure towards the side of minions, and you can see hence why that Malusi pick. They want to slow them down. They need to make sure this attack doesn't go at such a high pace.
Oh, one's already down. Speckham's already down.
Yeah, he's playing a very aggressive position down there below, I believe. Yeah, there you go. Playing a very aggressive position out by Visa, but the only issue with that is if you die on it, as you saw, no recovery. No way, no means of getting back into that one there.
Doesn't seem like they had any support either this time.
That's it.
After seeing a load of teamwork as well, it's not what I was expecting.
Yeah, it feels a little bit split right now from the side of minions. They're being dissected, and Blind Owl's doing a very, very good job of that. It's a little bit slower than the previous round, but they're going to get this admin-sided control over eventually. Wall site has indeed... they're hopping in towards the building now. Jake playing their no deployable shield in the hallway of doom this time. So it may be a little bit harder to hold on to, but this aggressive off angle could catch someone off here, especially if not droned out. But I think it has just been. They know Jake's playing close. Now they just need to mop him up and deal with him.
And they have.
Yeah. Beautiful clear right now. Cleason especially really stepping up in the last couple of rounds. It's a 5 versus 3. Incredibly favourable position right now for the Owls. Frag grenade. Forces Aaron back, but he'll just reclaim that position right on up. Assault starting to shake up for Blind Owls right now, but Aaron being spotted out by the Beehives can't quite go for the swing. Doesn't know about the player behind. It's Cleason yet again. Third one in the round. Sees the Warden, almost takes them down as well, and they're all the only one left standing. C4 got to go in towards the connected player. Doesn't quite find the pick, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Diffuser's going down. A team kill with the Vulcan cannon made up for by the closeout of the round. Blind Owls looking impeccable on these attacks. 3 rounds in the run.
And now they've got a 2-point lead.
Yeah. Johan and Cleason, 21-9 between the two of them. My oh my. That is an impressive performance, and I think finally Minions are going to realise and cut their loss on that top floor. They're going to head down into the basement and try their luck somewhere else on the map, because that top floor, it just seemed like no matter what they tried, it really was not working for them.
And this is a little bit of a difference here. I mean, they've still got the mute, like when Owls did it, but they also seem to have Cade too, being able to deny some extra stuff. Scopus there as well. Goyo, because, you know, the Vector has been horrifying this entire game. And then a Vigil. Is that a Boss G with the Vigil?
Typically, yes. I would presume it would be. We will wait for the confirmation from Davids. Switch the weapons, switch it up.
Come on.
It is indeed the Boss G.
Yay!
In Black Ice, no less. And this is the thing right now. It's a very roam-heavy lineup for the side of Minions. Obviously, you've got the Scopos and the Vigil. They're both going to be self-sufficient fraggers lurking around this map. The goal is to waste the time here for the side of Minions. Just burn it out, drop as much of the utility as possible. For the side of Owls, obviously, they've got the correct lineup for that level of hunting. They know what to expect, but they've also got the information onto Jake, who thinks he's safe in this corner, but little does he know, not at all, and he's going to be relying a lot on David here for the support.
It seems like they've also got Goyo nearby too.
Yeah. Oh, they're all sort of stacking up on this Visa entry point here. A lot being mounted on towards it. They know about the player who's hopped in top floor. That's going to be none other than Joe Pap, star of map 1. A much quieter map 2 so far, but on the Ash now, R4 seeing how we saw the damage they did. Map number 1 as the Logic Bomb rings on through. They know about both players now, and this is the key. They have the intel on not just one, but 2 of them. Question is, can they find the picks or not?
Oh, David's taken down 1.
Joe Pap gets dropped there, falls to the floor, and despite of, they're just going to retreat away. Are they going to try the vertical? I don't think they, obviously they will not know they got the down, but damage has been done, and I'd say a successful roam there from the side of Minions. They've done what they needed to do. 4 versus 5, should be able to recover Joe Pap, no problem, but he's going to be on 20 HP, Connor, and that's not where you want to be.
Not only that, but that's extra time wasted trying to pick them up.
Exactly. And to top it all off, there's 6 impact grenades in the side of Minions. They could just start throwing those and quite easily find a kill, especially when this vertical game starts, as it is going to. Johan going to get that ram, put her to work. But no, the impacts are being used to directly trick on the ram, and this could be a very good sign of utility right now as the C4 thrown, burnt, doesn't hit the mark. It's a 4 versus 5 still, but Minions, they're holding on very, very well for themselves right now.
A little bit of self-damage.
A little bit of chip damage here, and lovely little thermite. I love this one. Ready? So you're going to pop the thermite charge there, and just based off of radius alone, it's going to pop the hatch despite it being electrified.
Excellent.
So if you haven't seen that one before, there's one for your ranked games. Very nice one. Indeed, as now there's another entry point for Blind Owls, but they need to deal with this Electro Claw here on the main door, and they're not going to be able to because David gets confident, swings the vertical and finds it. Jake finds another, and it's all up to Crypto, left outside of the objective in a 1 versus 5, 15 seconds.
No support to get the breach either. It's all up to the gunplay now.
Yeah, that's it. I gotta give it, Jake, not Jake, David, to swing this vertical angle up here, just above the breach, when someone's watching it. It took a lot of balls, but it does pay off, and Minions completely turn what looked like a hopeless first couple of defenses into an incredibly strong round there.
And all they need now is just 3 more matches, and that is it.
And you know what concerns me, Connor? Look at the round history between these two. The first 2 rounds, Blind Owls on their defenses dominantly. Minions, they work out the game, take 3 in a row. Look at the history. First 2 attacks for Blind Owls, very, very good.
And then suddenly, the pace after some struggling. That's how it's going right now.
That seems to be it. And
so if the pattern stays the same, this might go in favor for the Minions for the rest of the match.
And they are on the stronger side historically. I mean, obviously, Blind Owls, I can see a world in where they get 1 more attack. It's very likely, obviously, because at some point, Minions are going to have to play that tertiary site. That they've got their confidence back. Obviously, after 2 very poor office holds, they're going to be going back up to the top floor, giving it a go with a revised lineup, focusing more on the slowdown and that direct denial rather than that information of the Echo and the Valkyrie. Obviously, former of which has been banned out now.
Yeah, I have.
So 5 versus 4. This one's heating up, and I'm loving this one much more here on Consulate because it's not that one-sided Clubhouse that we saw. Because to give it to Clubhouse, it was a very one-sided map. In all fairness, it was it wasn't a lot of back and forth, especially once that second half hit. Here, though, on Consulate, there's still room for both these teams to really find some success here.
Not only that, but Owls only need 1 more win to turn it into overtime, don't they?
Yep, 1 more win and guaranteed
so
overtime.
Say if we have that pattern of Minions, they only need to break it once in this overtime, and if they win twice, that's the round. That's the match, sorry.
It's very tight margins right now, and obviously to reiterate, it is playoffs point. It's a playoffs game. Winner goes onwards, loser gets eliminated.
And David's already taken out 1. The IQ as well, all of that information towards data beforehand. They're not going to have to rely on the Twitch. Oh, actually, no, they have Brava as well. Oh, wow, so much gadget to know. I haven't realised.
Yeah, so much utility. And a thing that does mildly concern me right now for the side of the Owls is they've got 2 players that are doing really well right now. They've got Johan and Kleesin, who are absolutely popping off. Drapap obviously does have the moments, but not quite as much as map 1. So you've really got 2 players stepping up to the mark right now, doing a lot of the heavy lifting. On Minions, you do have David far and ahead above the rest, Hulu as well, not too far behind, but everyone else is partaking, everyone else is in deeply negative. Meanwhile, on the side of Blind Owls, you've got players dropping 1 kills and 2 kills, and at the round 10 mark, it's proving to be costly because you lose Johan, and you have to rely on the rest to pick up the pieces. Hulu is picked up, so it's a 2 versus 4 right now, but it's a very difficult one, especially considering the control just isn't there for the side of Owls. They've not got a lot to work with at the moment.
Please, someone's sneaking upstairs. Is anyone near office still, or have they all moved to the other side? Are they? No, they're off. They're closer to the site now. And
Key
Diffuser's
factor.
just hidden there.
They need to go back and retrieve it at some point, and Crypto doesn't seem like they're going to be the one to do so. In a real tough spot right now, trying to pick up anything and everything, just no choice but to tuck tail, run away. I wouldn't want to be Crypto right now. So, understandably, retreats away and tries to get to Kleesin, who themselves is having a great game and continues to do so. Takes down Aaron, makes it into a 2 versus 3, and this is a situation where it's possibly winnable now for the side of Owls. It's not totally hopeless anymore as the 4 versus 2. They just need to go and pick up the diffuser, exactly what they're going to do. But
it's nice to see that Kleesin and Crypto are getting closer together. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see that they started to get closer together. It's sort of like a little bit of teamwork.
It's okay, we all do it.
If Kleesin's noticed that the bulletproof cameras can see through smokes, because I feel like notice them.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Well, bulletproof camera or not, very good closeout there from Minions. A much better round from them. And, well, Connor, you've had it. There you go. Baby's first cast a curse. You have successfully cast a curse in one of these players.
Oh,
Anyone watching this one back, they're going to pin that death on you.
that's
Things
fine.
are going down there. That's entirely your fault. The caster curse. We do have an influence. Fun fact: there are not 10 players in this lobby. I'm just here pressing buttons on my keyboard and controlling everyone at once. The goal is entertainment. The goal is these are not real people. They are all under my control. We have the script.
We're all puppets here.
Yeah, we wrote the script. You know,
Oh yeah.
it's been a good script so far. I mean, 5-5, much better showing on the second map here, but we're worrying a little bit just because, you know, I don't like to rely on the history, but you look at the way these two halves are shaping up and...
It seemed like
I mean-
Owls had a nice lead at the start of each half, and then it's it's going down. And it's not yelling timber, it's just terrible.
Yeah,
But
I
we
mean,
want to see some change. I hope
That's
they're
it.
able to pick one up, because if they can pick at least one up, then that is fine.
Yeah. And it's the same fizzle off we actually saw on Clubhouse. It was a really good it was a decent showing of a first half from the side of the Owls. You know, they got 2 rounds out of it, which for them is pretty decent going, considering how they only got 3 total. But then they sort of fizzled out on that second half, and I don't want to say they fizzle as the game goes on, but it feels like a little bit of what we're seeing right now. They have the good ideas, they have the players in the right places, but Minions, it feels like once they've seen it once, it's ingrained in their head, and then they just know what to do.
Like, you don't see many people playing on the first floor now, or just hiding behind in that little office area. They're all staying on top. That not many people are sort of dealing with it, apart from obviously Vigil. He's a great roamer. And
David in a tough spot, relocating those F-map mines, but yet again, it's the join up here from the side of Minions. Hulu's up in console here, contesting the player, does a lot of damage towards the bathroom one. Shire's come up for a bit of the action as well. Uh-oh, David's got to run. We'll escape. Keep that man advantage going. They still want to fight for this, Connor. Why are they still fighting for this? You've got your 1. I mean, they're fighting for it for a reason. Emeloko goes down. 3 versus 5 right now, and it's just looking better. And a burst of confidence gets punished by Minions there. Hulu dropped. 3 versus 4. And a second from Crypto. 3 versus 3. Surely we don't see yet another throw. Uh-oh. That was windy. And Shy's in a very tough corner right now. Run away. Good idea.
Good idea.
I mean, you've got to be careful of the HP now. Look at it. It's so low, and Shire as well, tucked in this corner, and I think Crypto knows. Yeah, Crypto knows. You're on borrowed time here, Shire. There's not a lot you can do in this situation. At this point, just hide. Maybe try and survive. Try and take someone down with you. Going to be swinging. He's going to be able to take down Johan. Not get the second, but at least you've got your 1. You've got the trade. No one. Oh, never mind. Aaron's coming to play the support as well here. And this is the thing. It's an interwoven web right now. But thinks better of it. Falls back. 2 versus 2. 20 seconds to go. Feel it. 15 seconds. Here we go.
They're gonna have to move in now. They are like got a good distance away. They're gonna have to do something.
Yep, and
Might
what they're going to
walk
do?
Straight into Melusi.
They have no idea about Aaron single-handedly getting 1 there. David closes it out. Cleasing has to try and swing it, but just no time left on the clock. And Minions, they're going to move themselves up to map series point here as Consulate is slipping away from Owls right now. What heartbreak would it be?
This could have this next round has so much pressure. It could either be a win from Minions. It could be overtime, and this could be the make or break, especially with that pressure of one of these teams actually getting kicked out or eliminated or whatever. It's all the marbles are now based on this final round, or could be final round. Sorry.
And that's it. It's it's the pressure, it's the stakes right now, and I've got to ask you, do you think that is playing in the blind of Owls right now? Because they've gone from a very comfortable start to the half to it's now looking very shaky, and
Let's
one
get that
slip up
scoreboard
here.
up. 1 second. If we get that up, there's the same similar pattern. If it follows the exact same, I'd say Owls could win this.
So you're saying we go
That's the
to
repeated
overtime?
pattern. I could go into overtime. I don't know. Or if they finally sort of run out of steam, that Minion's just going to take this.
Yeah, I mean, for me, looking at this scoreboard, it's something I sort of touched on in the last round. It's you ignore the top 2 players because Cleasin, Johan, David, Hulu, they're all doing phenomenal right now. I want to look at the bottom 3. For the side of Owls, the bottom 3 players, they're currently sitting on 9 kills between the 3 of them. Meanwhile, on Minions, the players sitting at the bottom of the
17.
scoreboard, you're more support, 17. As you say, it's a much better showing as a team, and it's that level of teamwork and cohesion that I think has separated Minions a lot so far. Oh, David in a really rough spot, but yet again, Jake's there is spotted, so not going to be able to play that one, and Aaron does come to support, get dropped eventually for it, and Minions now just got to run away. That position in Visa, it's pretty much gone, it's forfeited, it's gone, but so is Joe Pap.
Who were the top 2 in Owl again? Was it Joe Pap and...
It's Gohan and Cleason. Joe Pap was insane on map 1, but
is he
map 2's not been
doing much this
favourable.
time round, no?
Yeah, map 2's not been too favourable, unfortunately, for Joe Pap, which is a shame because he was incredible in map 1. And
they were a threat.
yeah, I remember Joe Pap was involved in like most of the entries in the first half. Like just name round after round. Oh, Joe Pap on an Ash claiming the head of 1 and just not having the same luck on Consulate, unfortunately. And I think this one, if Joe Pap was stepping up, not to pin it on Joe Pap single-handedly at all, but if you imagine if Joe Pap was putting in the work they did on Clubhouse, we'd be done by now. We'd be on labs, I think.
Yeah. But they seem to have slowed down this time.
I mean, aggressive start to the round. The stalemate's kind of emerged. Now you're just going to let the players get some room, let Minions take a little bit of space, give nothing too risky away. As you can see, this horizontal push starting to emerge on
Also,
through. But
I've
look
just
at that
noticed
Stopos
the
shell.
drone economy as well. There is only 2 drones left for Ours.
Oh, that's a big problem.
That's very little information on their side, and then they're going to have to rely very heavily on the Grim.
Yeah. They're pushing in sight almost, well, maybe blind here, depending on where these last couple of drones are. And, Aaron might be dead, but no doubt having a lot of impact on that Mozzie, taking the drones off the side, and David as well, playing it close. I like the angles. And I think Blind House, pausing. What do they do here? Because there is not a lot they can do in this situation, to be honest with you, Connor. A swing out. Hulu wanting to play and contest. No C4 available, but decides to take the wide swing, take the long angle, takes the head clean off of Johan there, and that could be the one that they need right now for the side of Minions as they make a 4 versus 3.
And now there is 25 seconds left. That's one they would like. Good one, Crypto.
Takes one back. 3v3, but the
But they
clock,
do need to
15
hurry up.
seconds, Connor. They need to go.
Time is not on their side. They have to go now.
Go they will. Crypto finds one, but a double from Shire. Almost a triple. Make it the triple and make it the playoffs for the MG Minions, who just come alive at the last possible second of the round there. A phenomenal hold, a phenomenal close to the series, a butt clencher of a Consulate, but overtime is not on the cards. Playoffs is not on the cards for the Blind Owls, as they will be knocked out of the competition. My, oh my, what a way to end that one. Woo, that was spicy.
That was more interesting to watch than Clubhouse. And I honestly thought
That
it would
was
be the other way
fun.
around when we started this. I thought Clubhouse was going to be the most entertaining map in the pool, but no.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, you have that issue of that Clubhouse. I think Clubhouse, as you said, of the 2 maps, looking at it on the surface, Clubhouse was going to be the overtime map. Clubhouse was going to be the one that goes that little bit further on the distance. Just not the case at all there, really, for the side of Minions. So, with that being said and done, the game is concluded, and Minions will be making their way to playoffs, and I've got to say, very well deserved based on what we saw tonight.
I agree with you there. They've been working quite well as a team, and there's been so many times we've seen them like work together. One does an action, the other one's been able just to pop off on that. Like with the hallway of death, I just love calling it that. It's the having
Yeah.
that armor panel at the end there, having a florist just shut it off, and then having another team
Yeah.
just go for the kill.
Yeah,
It's been
that's
excellent.
it. It's beautiful stuff to see, and that level of teamwork is going to take Minions far in this competition. As I said at the start, I'm surprised to see them at this point in the competition. I thought they would have qualified a little bit earlier from what I've seen from them before, but they've obviously, had some roster changes. Alex Norvey, probably the big one there, off the roster now, or not at least playing as frequently with them from what I've been hearing. So, maybe some struggles emerging there as, from what at least I understand of it, Alex was a bit more of a leadership position within the team, calling a lot of the shots, so a very experienced head on the shoulders of that team. So losing that, team has to find a little bit of a new identity, but Minions, they're getting there. That teamwork we know from them, and a very well-deserved spot in playoffs. For the Owls, incredible stuff, no doubt, from them as well. Some great, great fragging potential, some really, really great rounds from them. Just a little bit too late there. And I think, as you said, Connor, when it got to the later part of those halves, things just fell apart a little bit for them, and it was unfortunate to see, but they put in a great effort, and despite not going to Nighthaven Labs, I don't think they should be too disheartened with themselves.
No, I mean with Clubhouse, there was a bit of a split, but as we got into Consulate, it got very, very, very close.
Yeah,
to the point where
that's it.
we could have seen overtime.
Yeah, that's it. We certainly could have seen an overtime from that one. I would have loved an overtime from that one, but it just wasn't meant to be today. So, with that all being said and done, it is now going to be playoffs. Not tonight, just to asterisk it there. There is no more games tonight, but there will be
Thank God, I can go
playoffs.
to bed.
Twister,
Thanks.
we can go to bed. I will release you from the casting dungeon. Don't you worry, Connor. Playoffs is going to be coming up in the next week or so. So, folks, make sure to go and follow the Phantom League socials. I'm going to give Kiri, this is your chance to plug it in chat, pretty please. So, Phantom socials will be flooding into chat any second now. Go and give them a follow. All of the information on playoffs will be there as we've qualified our teams through now. We know the results, and then this is where things start to get really fun, really spicy, as if it wasn't already good enough. So, Connor, anything you'd like to say before we close out tonight?
It's been really fun. I think this has been like my first sort of proper time casting. It's been great fun sort of sitting here and, casting curses on the on the teams.
You've experienced it now. You know the power that is in these fingertips.
Oh, I know. It's all part of this, the voice just out of nowhere, just casts jinxes and everything.
The voice
It's been fun.
The voice of an angel and the actions of a god. It's been a pleasure casting with you. You've done an absolutely smashing job, as have both of the teams here. Congratulations, of course, to MG Minions for making it through on to playoffs. Commiserations, of course, to Blind Owls. Put up a phenomenal performance, but just unfortunately today was not the day. As I said, that's going to do us all for Swiss Stage here at Phantom League Season 5, but playoffs is coming up very, very soon. So keep an eye on the socials, and we will be back with you all, hopefully, some point in the coming days. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Catch you later.
Bye.
Yeah, just call my name. I know it's bad, but I can't help myself. When I feel sad, I escape from my sense. Lately music's been my reminiscence. That's when I listen. I know it's bad that I can't help myself. When I get mad, I set fire to the hell. The only way to keep it at a distance, that's when I listen. Music is the reason why I stay.